I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So the big question, we all know one of the big questions that remain. Now, before I start, I gotta say shout out Kwesi Adofo Mensah for the wonderful, magnificent job he has done this offseason so far, correct? Free agency has been phenomenal. Free agency has been phenomenal. Now I understand, yeah, the players got to pan out. They got to perform. They got to stay healthy, huh? They got to be available, baby. Available. All right, cool. Boom. But at the end of the day, Kwesi maybe has just had one of the best Vikings free agency signings during the offseason in history, huh? I repeat, in history of the Vikings franchise, bruh. Every hole was filled. Now you can never have too much depth. He still got a lot of work to do. But at the end of the day, he filled holes quickly and swiftly. Quickly and swiftly. The way he solidified both fronts, both sides of the ball, trenches, baby, correct. Oh man, people had so many questions about Kwesi, especially first year, 1 year, two, etc., etc. Everybody was doubting him. Some people saying, "Oh, he should be out of there first year before his first year was even over." Baby, heavy. They were saying, "Get Kwesi up out of there. Get Kwesi up out of there, huh?" Didn't want to get a man a damn chance, but Kwesi, kept his stayed stoic. You hear me, dog? Period, dog. With a brave heart demeanor, never folded once, never flinched once, dog. He stuck to his guns, right or wrong, or I should say mistake or not, the right decision, bad draft, etc., etc. He stuck to his guns and did it his way. He collaborated with his head coach, with his coaching staff and scouts, etc., etc. Has he made some bad moves? Hell to the yeah, but he has kept continuing to grow, to build, to grow, to build, huh? That's the sign of a great GM. That's the sign of a great GM. You hear me? Hands down, man down, dog. So shout out, congratulations to Kwesi. Now he still got a lot of work to do. Like I always say, the Vikings have done nothing yet as far as games go, playoff wins. You dig me? You get my drift. They still got things to prove. Now they got to go prove it. You got the roster. How many years have the Vikings had a roster? Now it seems like everything is really adding up. Players, coaches coming together. It's going to be one big cohesion, huh? Straight up, bruh. Period. Year three, year three we saw the trajectory. Year three we saw the growth. Year four, guess what, baby? We see the dominance. You hear me? The dominance. We see it all come to fruition. I stand on that 10 toes down, huh? We talking about playoff run, playoff run. Oh yeah, the Vikings are built or ready for just that. Heavy, bruh. And in the future, dog. You hear me? Let's get it, bruh. Very excited. Oh, I said this weeks ago, months ago, very excited with how this team is going to look next year, 2, 3 years from now. Period. You think Quasi just going to stop, stop cooking, get comfortable, get complacent? I don't think he will. I don't think that's in him. Yeah, I think Quasi would love if he could somehow, some way build a dynasty, a real dynasty here. Oh, he would love that, dog. He'd be the first in line. You think that's not one of his goals? I mean, damn, how great does he want to be? And why not the Vikings, baby? Why not the Vikings, huh? You hear me? Why can't the Vikings win 2 Super Bowls back to back, win 3, go on a Super Bowl winning streak? I mean, why not? Make the right moves, build a right team around, baby. You know, it takes a lot of time, very difficult to keep the mental fortitude, build the team. People don't know the effort it takes, how hard it is to really build the team from the ground up. After inheriting so much bullshit, after inheriting so much of a negative culture, having to change things around, change the energy, build relationships with players, bring in new players, new coaches, etc., homie. And Kwesi has handled it well through the mess ups, the bad drafts, the mistakes, period, dog. Drafting the wrong players. He's handled it very well. Him and KOC, gotta respect him and salute him for that, huh? Believe that. He could have folded, gave in, caved in when times got hard. It ain't always been pretty. It's been tough, a rough road for Kwesi, for real. having to rebuild. You know? Now it's all coming together, though. That's what it's about, man. I'm excited to see Kwesi cook now and in the future. Now and in the future, huh? Believe that, man. Yeah, and I'm going to get into his drafts. We're going to break his draft picks down, etc., etc. But you got to respect that, man. and the moves he has made and will continue to make. But this is it here. We're going to see, can Kwesi finally hit on the draft with every pick? Can he finally have a real successful draft? Not to say his drafts haven't been a success. He drafted some good players. You know, his players coming to building, the Addisons, the Blackmans, even though he's been hurt. Period, dog. Ivan Pace Jr. You gotta tip your hat to him for that, dog. You hear me, homie? Period. And we're gonna see how Dallas Turner, JJ McCarthy turn out. But is this the year he gets it all together? Hits on every pick, Damn near every rookie pick contributes, baby. Contributes. At least the majority of them, correct? Yeah. Period. And him and his scouting team really identify great players. Was last year's draft the beginning? Huh? Starting off with McCarthy, starting off with Dallas Turner. Will they continue to grow and build? This is very important, man. A very important draft for the Kwesi regime, Kevin O'Connell regime, for the future, baby. For the future, especially. You know, they could use another juggernaut D tackle. They're looking at the dude out of Oregon. Cornerbacks, receivers, they can go either way. But best player available, they need to make sure they obtain him. Even look for sleepers. Talked about a sleeper in my previous video. Go check it out. Kendall Paul. Definite sleeper, dog. You hear me? Definite sleeper, huh? This year's NFL draft, baby. Check him out. They have to be aware. They draft a little later this year, huh? Yeah, draft 24 pick unless a trade happens. But they got to make moves quickly and swiftly if that's what they choose to do. I'm rocking with him heavy, 10 toes down. Believe that. Believe that. I'm fully confident in Kwesi, but he has to show it. He has to prove it. As far as the draft goes, let's just get into it, baby. Has Kwesi been successful at all in his draft picks? Give me 1 second, man. We got to be real here, right? We got to be real, correct? Yeah, man, we here. SKOL Vikings win, lose, or draw, man, forever. I love it. I'm here for it. Want some more of it, believe it. Minnesota Vikings draft picks under Kwesi, Adofo, Mensah, hits and misses from 2022 and 23. And I know they don't have all the drafts here, but let's just get into it. Don't need to read that. We know the game. Let's just break the players down. How bad have Kwesi's drafts really been? 2022 draft class has not come to plan. This was a bad move. This one here was a bad move. One of the worst moves in history. Draft history. Correct, baby? No way Lewis Seen should have been your first round pick. That's why I always say, I don't care what pick it is. It's a draw of the straw. Lewis Seen bamboozled Kwesi, right? Bamboozled him. You hear me? Heavy, baby, heavy, homie. Period. But mistake you learn from. A mistake Kwesi learned from, I guarantee it. So many other routes, directions he could have went. Could have got Kyle Hamilton. I talked about that a lot in every video. The year of that draft when Kyle Hamilton was there, I said, get that man. Get that boy, huh? Andrew Booth, horrible, piss poor, atrocious. Kwesi got to take that. He got to take that on the head. Period, dog. Ed Ingram, trash, garbage. Can't say that's successful. Brian Asamoah. You can say Brian Asamoah has been positive as far as special teams, but is he a draft bust? Has he met expectations? Hell to the no. Now, of course, good guy, good player, good teammate, special teams freak, special teams nightmare. But at the end of the day, we need more from Asamoah. We need more from Brian Asamoah. He just didn't cut it. He just didn't make the cut, huh? We expected way more from him than just to be a nice, solid, good special teams player, dog. Period. To make a big hit here or there. We need more, Kwesi. We need more, baby. Let's get it. Not to say he can't bounce back and produce, but nah, not likely, bro. Caleb Evans, bust, draft bust, round 4. Everybody had big praise, big hype for him, lauded him, loved his size, his abilities, his speed, footwork, etc. Frame, bust, bro, bust. Todd Chandler, solid. You can say I don't think Todd Chandler has reached his full potential yet, or we haven't seen 100% full Todd Chandler. Now, he probably will get less reps, but I'm glad he will continue to remain a Viking. But he will definitely get less reps with Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones back there. Or he could put in the work this offseason, grind for real, come back better, come back bigger, stronger, faster, etc. It's all about what he wants to do. But I see him. I see talent. Definitely has talent. Does he need to fix some things, have certain issues in his game? Hell to the yeah, period. What player doesn't? But he has, he has some numerous lacks in his game. Period. Numerous flaws. Run block. I mean, pass blocking. Catching, etc., etc. But overall athlete. So I think you can get more out of Ty Chandler. Period. So him, number 3 back, I'm cool with it. I won't say bust. Did we want more? I mean, what did you really expect? Some may have, some may not. Jalen Naylor, the verdict is still out. Nickname Speedy. Seen some flashes last season, but we need more. We didn't see enough, in my opinion. He has to do more. This will make it break it for season coming up for him here. And he's gonna be battling with more as well, dog. Young, hungry receivers gonna come try to compete for a spot. But Naylor has to do more this year, period. This is the year Naylor shits or gets off the pot. Hands down, man down. You hear me? No cap. Dropped too many passes, etc., etc. 23, we saw Jordan Addison hit. Definitely a hit. Shout out White Yaddy. Makai Blackman, verdict still out on him. He's battling injuries, etc., etc. We'll see how he turns out. His first season was great, phenomenal, damn near for a rookie. Jay Ward, safety. Kind of expected to do what he's doing, solid special teams player once again. Vikings have drafted some real good special teams players, but you may have expected slightly more from him. But at the end of the day, he is who he is. Jaron Hall, quarterback, that failed. You know what that is. Ivan Pace, great pickup. Legendary pickup. Outstanding linebacker. Still can improve his game. A lot more to see from him. Expect great things from him. Even I expect him to be more productive this season coming up. You hear me, dog? A dog. They said he was undersized, said he was too small, couldn't bang with the big dogs. No, he's banging and hanging with the big dogs. You hear me, dog? Believe that. So shout out, respect, Ivan Pace Jr. Yeah. And we know about this last past draft. Jordan Addison, JJ McCarthy, Dallas Turner. You dig me, you get my drift, so we know what's going down. Dwight McGawthorn, rest in peace, Kyrie Jackson. Period, huh? Yeah. So this draft, you can't really judge this one yet. You got to wait and see how they play next year. Dallas Turner, McCarthy, McGawthorn, Taki Tamani, players of that caliber. See how they pan out, how they develop. And we'll see. We go from there. But Kwesi, has every draft been a massacre, been a failure? No, you can't say that. You can't disrespect a man like that in that form of fashion. But is this the year that he really brings it all together? He gets every player he wants, every player he believes in, and every player contributes quickly and swiftly, huh? No more draft bust. Let's go, Kwesi. Let's learn, dog. Heavy. I believe he has. And I think just like he shocked the world, NFL world, in free agency, he's going to do the same thing in April when the draft comes around. Believe that. I stand on that 10 toes down, man. Fire them comments up. Let me know how you feel about the video. You agree or disagree? Is this the year that Kwesi gets it right? All the way right, baby. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes win, lose, or draw forever. Yeah.